I'm a researcher and a senior lab instructor at UMBC, and this is our dendrochronology lab. Myself, I work with climate data in tree rings, which is dendroclimatology. Yes, my last name is Wood, and I do get teased about it because I'm in wood science and dendrochronology. My position at UMBC is really wonderful. It not only gives me a lot of opportunities to meet people throughout the industry and research professions, but also has some flexibility involved, which is really great because I have a young family. Trees are really great tools to use for climate and climate predictions, because right now in BC we have probably about a maximum of 110 years of climate data that we've been collecting from climate stations. We usually take 2 cores per tree so that we can get a representative sample from each tree, and it looks like it's not too bad here. But trees typically grow much longer than 100 years, so if we can get some trees that are older than 100 years, we're able to get some proxy data, which goes back in history all the way up to maybe 400 years in the case of my data, or even longer if you can get older growth trees. And then there's potential there to use more data in our climate model predictions. So instead of having our climate models predicting or forecasting temperature and precipitation for the future based on 100 years of data that we have, we can use 400 years of data, and then hopefully those models will be a little bit more accurate. So once you get into the tree far enough, you're going to use your spoon to get the core out. So just make sure there's a nice clean surface, and we slide the spoon in the bottom. Obviously, this method of obtaining tree samples is quite simplistic, and that's actually part of the reason that it works so well. We're back in my lab here, and this is my favorite part of my research. I'm a little bit of a geek that way. Most people really like a lot of the field work, and I do enjoy that, but back in the lab here is when you really get to measure all of the things that you found, and you get to really make sense of what's happening in the forest. So this is when I get to really find out what's going on. I really find this job very rewarding, not only in working on the research aspect of things, but also I do a lot of teaching at the university, and I really enjoy communicating my knowledge to the students here and seeing their enthusiasm towards forestry and climate science.